public servants make up quite a large chunk of the voting population here in the Northern Territory. In fact, there are about 21,500 public servants here in the NT. That's full-time equivalent public servants. And there's only just over 100,000 voters. So that gives you a sense of how large a chunk of the voting bloc they actually are. Now, we saw in the wake of the coronavirus crisis, the public servants in Queensland and New South Wales had scheduled pay rises scrapped. Well, that hasn't happened here in the Northern Territory. On the 7th of August, they were handed a 2.5% pay rise across the board. That's going to have an impact of about $60 million on the already tough budget situation here in the Northern Territory. Now, the Chief Minister, he was asked about the wages of public servants during a radio debate yesterday. Even though this pay rise will go ahead, it might be the last one they can look forward to, because there has been an independent report done that suggests the government needs to cap public service wage rises at $1,000 across the board. Here's Michael Gunner speaking about that.
Biggest one remaining is the wages negotiation with the public service. We've said no cuts to the public service, but we'll work around how we control the wage rise, and that the recommendation of Langerlands is $1,000. That's obviously really important as we go forward about how we make sure we control our expenses.
We heard just a couple of weeks ago, Pete, that net debt here in the Northern Territory is set to hit $8.2 billion. That's a record number. In fact, we're paying more than $1 million in interest per day on that debt. But no political party here in the Northern Territory is daring to talk about cutting the public service. In fact, Terry Mills, who heads the Territory Alliance Party, well, he's been out saying that he'd in fact add someone to the public service. That would be an economist that would oversee how the budget reform here in the Northern Territory would work. Here's Terry Mills speaking about that appointment.
All leading economists have identified the only way forward is targeted stimulus to grow the economy. You can't cut your way out of this. This is not the time for austerity measures, but this is for the highest level of wisdom and insight into the capacity of the Northern Territory with the right kind of investment to grow the Northern Territory. You wouldn't take such a step if you didn't have faith in the future of the Northern Territory.
Just 4 days now until election day here in the Northern Territory. Pete, things certainly are hotting up. I think this is going to be a close run thing, this election. I know Labor has a large majority at the moment, but there are many within the ALP who are getting a little bit worried about their chances of holding on to a majority come this Saturday.